back with part 4.
Part 4 was Report Connection.
Okay, as I was previously cut off by time limits. Okay, draft number 6. The Kofi Kingston was drafted to SmackDown. Kingston runs down to the ring, nails Jericho with Trouble in Paradise. Up next, World Champion Jack Swagger and Morrison with the 7th draft pick on the line. Commercial break.
So far, I believe that...
And the segment went, to me, that was basically even.
I'm sorry, TNA has only won like 2 segments so far. And the wrestling's been better.
The match. Come on now.
And we're talking about a live Raw to a taped. You heard me, Hogan. Taped TNA.
Yeah, TNA Dixie, come on now.
I told Dixie Carter, why doesn't TNA be live every week? Next segment for TNA was Eric Bischoff in his office talking about internet in and outside TNA, and has decided to let the fans help him decide the top 10 wrestlers to shot for TNA World Challenge. And he's doing that. Tells the TNA fans to go to TNAWrestling.com, vote early and vote often but he is interrupted by Jay Lethal. Okay, we all love Jay Lethal. I'm digging the whole Black Machismo thing. You know, you could have brought Randy Savage in there.
Oh yeah, brother!
Just to help him out, you know, it would have been fine. I don't care that he's out of shape. He doesn't have to wrestle. He can just be there as a support for Black Machismo with Jay Lethal. But the problem is, as soon as he comes in and starts talking about the people that he wants to use, it cuts the commercial break. They cut it. Which, to me, yeah, I can see where that's a problem because everybody's getting tired of this. Him going to the 80s. Okay, his character needs to be for forward progress, not in the past. We're not living in the past now. It's the future we're talking about. Tommy?
Alright, the 6th match in the next segment. Non-title match, World Heavyweight Champion Jack Swagger versus John Morrison.
Who lost to
Morrison beat him from last week.
Because Morrison beat Jack Swagger on SmackDown last week.
Okay, Swagger is working over Morrison's midsection. Swagger applies a abdominal stretch while Morrison is tangled in the ropes. Morrison eventually gets some momentum with a side kick and standing shooting star press. Morrison hits a huge springboard kick followed by another kick, but only gets a 2 count. Swagger attempts a gut-wrench move, but Morrison holds onto the ropes. Morrison goes for the Starship Pain. Swagger pulls Morrison off the ropes, hits the gut-wrench for the win and draft pick for SmackDown, who ends up to be no other than Christian.
Yeah, they're not really pushing for him right now. But I can see him being a world heavyweight
Wayne Brady is
champion.
next week's guest host segment.
Oh,
and
God.
Commercial.
Okay. And then left off after commercial break. Orlando Jordan is seen to be standing backstage wearing a colorful skirt as art represents his body and soul and passion.
Macho Man style.
He says he's going to stay on to witness Rod Terror destroy everything and has come before him. And next week he was a guest on the show on the Ozone. Which to me, I'm sorry, get rid of Orlando Jordan. He's not helping the company. He's not helping segments. And he's not a pioneer. He's not doing anything for the business. He's just pissing people off because nobody wants to see that. And nobody will ever want to see a gay wrestler. It's just not going to happen. And then Ric Flair is seen backstage coming out of retirement tonight. Feels like he's Doc Holliday or Bill Hockey. He teaches somebody, a young kid. You know, he said that wearing wrestling in the ring offends him, and it's something that Flair has worked hard for 38 years to see. Hell, he's worked in wrestling for over 38 years, and I'm not even 25. Then Kevin Nash got Hall seen back. Camera asked him what they're going to do with the band. Says that they're going to realize that they're man down, but the first team to check is their friend on 6 spot. Who cares? I don't like him. Nash warns TNT that there will be a next time and there will be a 3rd person. Meaning they'll be bringing somebody else in.
Yeah, wonder who that might be.
And then the video highlights of Abyss receiving Hulk Hogan's Hall of Fame ring, and Rick has gone to get to this point. And then I believe it goes to commercial break there. The last segment goes to WWE because it was there.
Okay, backstage, Ted DiBiase is talking to Carlito. DiBiase has offered Carlito a deal. Carlito says he would rather sit on the sidelines than have anything to do with DiBiase. DiBiase then approaches R-Truth. He says he is looking for someone to be his confidant and backup, and someone to carry his bags. Truth cuts him off, questions his last statement. Truth says DiBiase is trying to find himself a Virgil. Yes, Virgil. DiBiase says he isn't. Truth says he wants a Virgil just like his old man. DiBiase says he is nothing like his old man. DiBiase also mentions that he would pay a lot of money to Truth. Truth is interested now. He asks Ted if he can think about it. Ted says sure. Then Truth then turns around, slaps him right across the face and walks away. Here we're showing a video package of John.
Now that was funny.
We're showing a video package of John Cena and WWE Universe giving support to the armed forces.
Which
and
we
we're
respect that. Thank you, John Cena. You are amazing. Come back. It's Ric Flair versus Abyss. Sorry, Shawn Michaels. Ric Flair came out of retirement, and he's wrestling. Both Ric Flair and Abyss were wearing the rings as this match goes underway. Flair starts off this match cornering Abyss and hitting him with a series of punches and chops. Abyss, though, uses his strength to his advantage and takes Flair down with a back body drop. Fight goes up to the floor. Abyss sends Flair into the guard railing before reopening Flair's wounds, which Flair has been bloodied, always bloody, blah, blah, blah. The match goes into the ring. Flair pokes Abyss in the eye, but Abyss manages to take Flair down with a huge power slam before taking him down with a big boot to the face. Abyss continues to power until Flair connects with a mule kick that nails it wrist and the referee. Then Flair brass knucks hits him across the head, does his clinch, and nails him below the belt with the knuckles. Picks up the victory. Earl Hebner awards the match, but sees that the brass knucks fall out of Flair's hands. Then he says, no, restart the match. Flair comes at Abyss with a series of chops. Abyss doesn't move, hulks up, black hole slam, picks up the victory. Hogan comes out, congratulates Abyss, talks about the Hall of Fame ring, takes it off of Ric Flair's thing, puts it on Hogan's pinky, and knows exactly what he's going to do to present Ric Flair next week at Impact. And that ends our segment for part 4. We will be back with the final results and maybe possible spoilers.